No other gym has a plush video viewing room. How about a little sauna to help make the weight? Or a jacuzzi? Is this some upscale health club? No, this is the Triple Threat Gym, built expressly for the Triple Threat boxing team. Welterweight Charles Murray, cruiserweight Alfred Cole, and star of the trio, heavyweight Ray Mercer. They're all managed by 29-year-old Mark Roberts, who has confidence his investment will pay off.
This gym was built for them. This is their gym. And it's with that pride that the fighters come in every day and know that they better push and push hard because they're going after it all.
The luxury of having it all already here in the gym obviously hasn't hurt Ray Mercer's motivation for the ring.
Oh, I love this place. This is the ultimate gym. You know, I'm just proud to be a part of it. You know, this gym it's going to be here for a long time, and I want to just put my mark on the wall.
Mercer did make his mark as an amateur, beating a Korean in Seoul, Korea, to become one of the few American boxers to bring home the gold. But under the Mercer plan, that success was a step toward others.
It's like graduation to the pros. You know, you went all the way in the amateur, so you got to go all the way. It's only one more step, and that's the pros. You go all the way in the pros, and you can have number satisfaction out of life.
In boxing's current heavyweight derby, Mercer may have to wait his turn, but he's confident of what will happen when it comes.
My goal is now to be the heavyweight champion of the world. That's my only goal, and that will come true.
Well, his toughest test so far will be against Bert Cooper with the NABF title at stake. Last time we saw Cooper Gill on CBS, 1987. He was 16-1 at the time, was stopped by Carl the Truth Williams. Since that time, a bout with drugs and alcohol, and yet he's back with an impressive win over Orland Norris.
Well, Tim, that was his biggest battle, beating drugs and alcohol. The reports from the gym is the old Bert Cooper. Now look at the power that Cooper has here when he's knocking out Willie DeWitt. He can get any heavyweight out of there if he hits him. Now let's take another look with Andre McCall, at that time a pretty good heavyweight. Here we watch Bert Cooper, one punch and the guy starts, and that's it. If that's the Bert Cooper that shows up, we're going to have an interesting fight.
All right, well, we'll be joined by ringside reporter Dan Jiggets. One of the things he'll be doing today, talking to top-ranked Evander Holyfield. And the fight coming up momentarily here on CBS Sports Sunday after this. Back in Atlantic City, and we're awaiting the Ray Mercer Bert Cooper heavyweight bout. Right now, speaking of heavyweights, two of them here. Our Dan Jiggets with top-ranked Evander Holyfield.
Hi, Tim. You know, Evander, your fight coming up with Buster Douglas now was moved from the 21st of September to October 25th. How is that going to affect your training, and has it had any negative effect on you at all?
Well, I was training about 3 weeks before I got the information that the fight going to be set back, but it should just give me an opportunity to work on something else for strength and my flexibility.
Now let's take it to October 25th. You walk out of the ring as the heavyweight champion of the world. Who's next on your dance card then?
Well, right now my promotion group Main Event is handling that. Of course, it's either going to be Tyson or George Foreman, and with Dan say or whatever would be feasible to me for a monetary value would be the right person that he would choose.
Okay, well, very best of luck to you. Right now we're going to throw it back over to Tim Ryan. Tim?
All right, Dan. Well, before boxing action, we are now taking you to our studios. 35 seconds remain in the round. The blood from the mouth of Ray Mercer came on an early punch from Bert Cooper in black, the champion. But Mercer, just seconds after that, sent Cooper to the canvas with a big right hand. We'll bring that back to you at the end of this round.
And Tim, that is an angry cut that Ray Mercer has in his mouth, and that came from a Cooper uppercut. There's that uppercut again inside.
So Cooper got off the canvas and has rallied well, although Mercer has carried most of the round, including the knockdown, of course. Final seconds, round one. And let's go back and see the knockdown punch from Ray Mercer, that big straight right hand, Joe.
Right on the button, Tim. He had been taking some punishment inside, and he landed that long right hand. That switched things around.
So a dramatic start, a furious pace established early by these two heavyweights. Mercer came in at 222.5 for this 16th fight of his pro career at age 29. Bert Cooper came in at 217 pounds, a record of 22-5. with 1 no decision. He is 24 years of age, and Mercer, as most of you know, starting his boxing career late as an amateur in the Army at age 23, now a 29-year-old pro. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect here in New Jersey and under NABF rules. The only thing that differs from the normal New Jersey rules, there is no standing 8 count, which normally applies in this state. Count will continue after the bell in all rounds, including the final 12th, if it goes that far.
Tim, that was a bombs away first round. Both guys were hurt in the round, and Ray Mercer has that angry cut, split bottom lip. And Percy Richardson did a good job working on that cut between rounds.
And that cut occurred in the very first few seconds of the fight, and was followed, as we said, not long after by the knockdown by Mercer of Bert Cooper.
Tim, both of these guys are capable of getting you out with 1 punch. Both guys.
Mercer with 11 knockouts in his 15 victories. Cooper with 19 KOs and 22 wins.
There's that uppercut again by Cooper. That's the punch that busts you up, Tim. Uppercuts.
Now Mercer backing Cooper into the corner. Cooper trying to bull his way out. And again throwing those uppercuts inside. The referee is Tony Perez from New York. Judges are Sid Rubenstein of Albany, New York, Phil Newman of Bayonne, New Jersey, Vincent Rainoni of Hackensack, New Jersey. Some blood again from that split lip on the face of Ray Mercer.
Tim, Bert Cooper is very, very determined in this fight. He's taking some good shots, and he's punching back.
Well, we mentioned a guy who was off to a great start early in his career, 16-1 before the loss to Carl Williams, and in effect on a mini comeback. A good win over Orland Norris, a highly regarded young heavyweight, for this NABF crown. That was in February of this year, an 8th-round stoppage of Norris. Ray Mercer a step up in class against Cooper, at least in terms of dangerous punching power. He's not been in against anybody who can punch like Cooper.
I like the way Mercer was putting his punches together, Tim. Throwing vicious punches and in combination. And he missed 2, but at least he came back with the hook.
Under a minute to go, round 2. The 30-second mark we go, and the second round scheduled for 12, and a flurry there, both fighters landing. Mercer leaning on Cooper, using his additional weight, pin him against the ropes momentarily. Five-and-a-half-pound advantage for Ray Mercer. Coming to the end of round 2.
Cooper's corner scored a knockdown. They took the stool out and he tried to sit down again. Could be a little disconcerting for the fighter.
Round number 3, Gil Clancy with Tim Ryan here live in Atlantic City on CBS Sports Sunday. Ray Mercer, the Olympic champion in gold, going after his 16th victory without a defeat as a professional, facing the NABF champion Bert Cooper, just missed with a big windmilling right hand.
Both of these guys are throwing bombs.
Mercer to the body on that one.
And Tim, you know, the strategy in Cooper's camp, they thought if they can get Mercer into a later round that Cooper will just take him apart. You know, Mercer just hasn't had that tough competition. Cooper's been in with much, much better fighters. There's that quick right hand of Mercer's, though. That's the one that gets you out of there.
Mercer's best win so far in terms of experienced fighters, Ozzy Ocasio and Kimio Odom. You'll be seeing in a couple of weeks against Razor Reddick here on CBS. 12 rounds with Odom.
You mentioned Ozzy Ocasio. He's no puncher. Cooper is a big puncher. This is the test for Mercer. See if he can take these punches and come back. And he has been nailed pretty good, and he is fighting back, fighting well.
Cooper with wins over Henry Tillman, Oscar Holman, Orland Norris. And if you joined us late, Mercer had Cooper down in round number 1.
And Tim, this has been a hot pace, and both of these guys look like they're tired, and it's only the 3rd round, but it has been a scorching pace. seems to me that Cooper could come inside with that left hook to the body, Tim. He walks in, but he doesn't throw the punch. But I guess he's worried about that straight right hand of Mercer's.
Staying pretty close to Mercer right now, throwing some uppercuts inside, but not terribly active at the moment.
But Tim, that's the kind of punches that Cooper should be showing, throwing. Those short uppercuts are what bust you up. And that lip looks pretty angry.
Under a minute to go in round 3.
Beautiful combination by Cooper. Slid over to the right, left hand, right hand.
A goodly contingent of Ray Mercer fans on hand here, as always. Of course, he trains up the road in Newark, lives in Union, New Jersey. Bert Cooper trains for this fight down in Florida, but he's from Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia, also nearby. Right to the head got through from Mercer. Cooper firing back, but Mercer keeps the pace up. 4 live from Caesars Atlantic City. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy watching this NABF heavyweight championship bout. Bert Cooper in black, Ray Mercer in gold.
Tim, they may be fighting like lightweights the way they're throwing these punches, but these are 2 tough, strong heavyweights.
Been a very fast pace for heavyweights through the first 3 rounds. Tremendous flurry at the end of round 3. Both fighters landing scoring punches that hurt. Cooper seems very confident. Big right hand, another to the head of Mercer.
Well, the question has been answered. Ray Mercer can take
And another one. Boy, can he ever. 3 big shots by Cooper.
Tim,
Mercer just kept shooting punches back.
You can't get hit much harder than that, Tim. That's enough to discourage Bert Cooper. He hit him with his best shots, and the guy's still standing there.
Cooper looked very confident at the beginning of this round. We've got him behind on our cards in 2 close rounds through 2 and 3. Of course, he was knocked down in round 1 by a Mercer right hand, but he still seemed to be very confident at the beginning of this round. One would wonder now, after landing those big shots and seeing Mercer come forward instead of backward, what Cooper's thinking now.
Then that has to take something out of Bert Cooper mentally.
Again, the fighters staying close to each other, neither wanting to give the other that punching range. But Cooper scoring well inside.
Those short little punches that bust you up, Tim. That's the experience of Bert Cooper, the more experienced fighter. Looks like a little snap has gone from Ray Mercer's punch, Tim. They get it back. A little snap is on right now. See that right foot go forward when he threw that right hand? Again,
to go.
Like throwing a baseball, Tim.
Cooper continues to work the inside. Mercer leaning on him, and Cooper just taking advantage of that. Throwing the punches up inside.
Cooper's the more relaxed guy inside, Tim. You see Mercer step back and take that big breath. He's a little tired right now. And again, when he threw the right hand, that right foot came forward. That's an indication that the legs are tired.
Under 30 seconds we go in the 4th round. This is scheduled for 12. The North American title at stake. Good left hand by Mercer and a right behind it. Cooper wobbled. Mercer banging down to the body.
And Cooper's still there, Tim, but he's ready to go.
Another right hand.
Ready to go, Tim. Bell better ring for Cooper's sake.
Straight right hand landed. A flurry by Mercer at the end of round 4 may impress the judges after Cooper on our card had won most of that round. So that may be a round that tilts to Mercer here with a hometown crowd all cheering as he was throwing those punches, many of them blocked by Cooper. Into round 5.
And Tim, both of these guys have taken heavy punishment. They both want this one badly. You know, it surprises me. Now, right in the beginning of the round, when Mercer should be rested, he threw that right hand, and that foot came forward again.
Well, there's a lot more than just a North American title at stake for these guys in this interesting heavyweight division. They both know they can move up into that heavyweight derby. Mercer
nailed him with that right hand again,
got
Tim.
the right through.
And he's got him hurt now with that left hook. Tim, win or lose, Bert Cooper has shown me that he's a formidable heavyweight right now. He's taking a great punch. He's giving out some good punches. What a fight this is. As we mentioned earlier, Tim, the fight plan of Bert Cooper was to tire Ray Mercer out. In the corner, they're telling him, lean on him, push him. Take that stamina away from him.
Well, the bigger man, Mercer, has actually done most of that leaning, but Cooper has been willing to stay there and throw those little punches inside, like right here.
Inside, Cooper is very, very relaxed. Mercer just doesn't have the experience inside. He's very dangerous when he has some punching room. He needs that little bit of room. See him push Cooper off to get that punching room, and Cooper's walking in without throwing punches. I think he can throw that left hook to the body coming in.
A minute to go on the fifth. Pace finally slowing. It's been furious for 4.
Well, again, Ray Mercer stepped back and took that deep breath, Tim. One good thing about Mercer, when he hits you and hurts you, Tim, he's on your case.
Now finally Cooper pulls out of there and starts to jab. We haven't seen much of that. Of course, Mercer wants him at this range.
You know, Tim, as a guy gets tired, it's much easier to hit him with a jab. Most of these guys start out fights jabbing and forget about him in the late rounds. Now is the time to start using that jab. Both guys.
Uppercut landed by Mercer, snapping back the head of Cooper. Combination inside by Mercer. Coming to the end. Cooper came off the stool with a little nick over his left eyebrow that they worked on. Eddie Aliano with a cut man in his corner. But he had a big smile for Mercer, as though he's enjoying the combat. They're halfway through the fight. And Mercer again with a big combination. Rocks Cooper back to the ropes.
Well, Tim, when Mercer nails you with one, you can expect another 4 or 5 to come right after it. But boy, Cooper has taken some punch in this fight.
Looks like the cut was closer to the corner of the left eye. And a lot of the blood again from that cut on the mouth of Mercer that was suffered by him back in round 1.
Tim, the last right hand that Bert Cooper threw and landed really affected Mercer. Really moved back from that touch. First time I've seen that happen in the fight. If that lip gets much worse, then the doctor's going to have to take a look at it.
It's a pretty good slice over the left eye of Cooper now that he's close enough to see it's right on the eyelid.
And it's bothering his vision, Tim. You can see him blinking and squinting.
And the heads right close together.
Watch, big left hook by Bert Cooper.
But Mercer just keeps coming forward.
Tim, and he's just walking forward. He's losing his leverage anytime he slides that right foot up.
Cooper has just been unable to back up Ray Mercer. Under a minute to go in round 6. Mercer trying those short punches inside, but not as proficient as Cooper at it. Skill still to be learned by the big young Olympic champion. Well, we keep calling him young. He's 29, but young as a professional.
Tim, instead of walking forward the way he just did then, he should shuffle forward. That way he can keep his balance to throw punches.
Good solid right to the chin of Mercer. Again, just no effect.
Every round, the last 20 seconds, Mercer has rallied. Let's see what happens now. Mercer's getting hurt a little bit now, Tim.
Cooper, 2 good body shots in that exchange. Final seconds, round 6.
But
more importantly, the swelling on the left upper jaw of Ray Mercer. We have him ahead in the fight, but we gave round 6 to Bert Cooper, and there's quite a bit of swelling. They tried to take it down with the end swell, the little frozen piece of metal they used to reduce swelling, but it had no effect. Meanwhile, they did a good job on the cut of over the left eye of Bert Cooper.
And Ray Mercer looked real weary going back to his corner, Tim. The Cooper people said if they can get this fight into the 7th round, they expected it to be all Cooper. And you know, the swelling on Ray Mercer's jaw reminds me of when Joe Louis fought Mike Schmeling. A long time ago, Tim, but the same thing. That jaw was way up in the air.
I wasn't at that fight, Bill, were you?
No, Tim, but there's always movies, you know. Come on here, young fella.
This is round number 7, scheduled for 12, remember. The North American title at stake. Cooper has been a live guy right through this entire fight. Even though we have him behind on points, he was knocked down in round number 1. But he has come out for the start of each round with a lot of vim and vigor.
Mercer has tried a new tactic now, Tim. He's slapping Cooper with his right hand. Whether that's going to disconcert Bert or not, let's wait and see. There he is slapping with that right hand.
Well, he's aiming at that cut over the left eye of Cooper. Little short rights to that damaged eye. Tony Perez reaches in to try to break them.
The Cooper may get the same idea this time. Anytime Mercer lands one big one, he's right back in there winging. Oh, did he get nailed by Bert Cooper with the right hand?
By Cooper. But Mercer just seems to shrug those off. An impressive display of an ability to take a punch, except for that swelling on the left jaw that still could be a factor.
Well, the crowd senses that Bert Cooper is coming alive and Ray Mercer is starting to wear down.
Under a minute to go, round 7. Uppercut lead, got through, a left behind it.
Anytime Mercer nails you with one, you can expect 4 or 5 more to come. Oh, boy, that's what's been happening.
And again, just a smile from Cooper like, boy, this is fun. Hard to believe, isn't it, folks? Boy. Under 30 seconds to go, round 7 of a grueling heavyweight battle. Both fighters taking a lot of punishment. No quarter being asked.
Cooper's problem this round is he hasn't thrown enough punches.
Another right hand landed by Cooper, but again Mercer firing right back. Round number 8 of a wingding of a heavyweight battle here in gold. Ray Mercer, the Olympic champion, 15-0 as a pro, showing he can take a shot from Bert Cooper in the black trunks. Reminder that coming up following CBS Sports Sunday, we'll be going to Memphis, Tennessee for the Federal Express St. Jude Classic with Tom Kite, the current leader at 15 under par. And a left from Mercer snaps back the head of Cooper here in round 8.
And Tim, that left jaw of Ray Mercer, it just looks awful. Swollen up like a basketball now. A softball, anyhow.
Well, we're told from the corner reporter Dan Jiggets, hearing the doctor saying apparently the jaw is not broken in his estimation. They have not taken a real close look at Mercer, but the swelling is apparent to all of us.
Tim, the only way you can tell if that jaw is broken is if you x-rayed it.
That'll have to wait.
But the last round, I just didn't think that Bert Cooper threw enough punches. He allowed Mercer to win the round. For him to get back into this fight, he's going to have to start winging punches.
Combination scored by Cooper. Another left hand, but Mercer pins Cooper in the corner briefly. He just can't back up.
Another right hand by Mercer. Tim, the punishment these guys are taking, it's amazing. We know they're both good punches.
Here, the Mercer fans outnumber the Cooper fans, but there are some Philly folks up here cheering for Cooper for sure. And the swelling even worse cheekbone or upper jaw of Mercer to the left side. Oh, right hand landed by Cooper right on it.
Then when he gets hit with that punch, I start to wince.
Meanwhile, cutman Eddie Aliano has continued to do a good job on the cut on the left eyelid of Cooper. It has not been a factor so far. Cooper lands a right there. Mercer lands a right to the ear of Cooper.
Tim, I think that Cooper now could take Mercer outside. Seems that Mercer's just walking around the ring. I think he could feint and box a little bit. But he has to throw punches from outside. Cooper doesn't throw a punch unless he's really close. There he is again. He walks in.
Final seconds of the 8th round. Tickets for word on the condition of Mercer.
Well, Tim, right now the ring doctors took a look from down below, did not get into the ring to take a look at the jaw. He said really it's the cheek that he's concerned about, but right now there's no real concern over it. I don't know, it looks pretty dangerous though. Let's go back to you and Gil.
All right, Dan, well, one thing for sure, it must hurt just a little bit, but Ray Mercer has not been stopped once in this fight. He's just come forward, no matter what punishment he's taken, which has been considerable from Cooper.
Now Cooper is fighting from outside. Tim threw a nice combination and bouncing a little bit. Going to get more interesting now because when they land those big bombs from outside, a little more effective.
Only knockdown occurred back in round 1, scored by Mercer, and he just lands another good combination.
One good thing about Mercer, he puts those punches together when he can.
Mercer again using that 5-pound weight advantage and the height advantage to steer Cooper around.
Tim, that was the home run ball that Cooper just threw in. He just missed. Just made up his mind to let it all hang out. Almost got Mercer out of there with that one punch. But again, it's the left hook against the straight right hand of Mercer. Who's going to land first? Big left hook by Mercer.
These are two guys who are going to have a good night's sleep tonight.
If they can sleep with pain, Tim.
Right. If you just tuned in, it's looked like this and even better through the first 8 rounds. We're into round 9, scheduled for 12. Tremendous pace set by 2 heavyweights. We have Mercer comfortably ahead, but with the potential here of the home run ball from Cooper and the damage to the left cheekbone, it appears, just above the left jaw, side of the jaw of Ray Mercer. Cooper with a cut on his left eyelid. Every minute to go. Round number 9.
Tim, if I was in Cooper's corner now, I'd tell him, take chances. Try to box this guy and nail him from outside. Right there is where he should be throwing the punches from. He walks in, he smothers his own punches.
Now Mercer seeming content to keep Cooper fairly close. Now he backs away, but most of his success has been from outside. Maybe that Mercer is tiring. Right hand scored by Cooper on that swollen left cheekbone. Caesars Atlantic City watching 2 heavyweights putting on quite a show. Bert Cooper in black, Ray Mercer in gold. We're into the 10th, scheduled for 12.
Tim, as tough a fight as this is, I wonder what Ray Mercer's thinking, because every time the bell rings, Cooper smiles at him.
It does seem like Cooper has just been enjoying this combat right from the get-go. We've given him the last 2 rounds close on our card.
There have been a lot of close rounds in this fight, Tim. But Mercer, again, Cooper lands the one big punch, but when Mercer lands one big one, he follows it up with 3 or 4 more, and that's what's giving him a lot of these close rounds. But Cooper now should start trying to punch from outside a little bit.
Right hand lead by Mercer was blocked by Cooper. That one gets through. And he wobbles Cooper there. Mercer picking up the pace with another flurry.
Well, Tim, that's what he does when he nails you. Oh, he has him hurt badly now, Tim. If that doesn't get him out, I don't know what will.
Cooper will not go down. He was down once in round number 1, and he's been hit harder than that many times since. They may have been surprised by Mercer in round 1. Now he's got himself planted and just refusing to go down.
Another right hand on that swollen jaw of Mercer. And here comes Bert Cooper.
Mercer looking a little tired. He really had stepped up the pace at the beginning of this round when he thought he had Cooper in trouble.
Sometimes, Tim, that can be the worst thing that can happen to you, especially when it's a late round like this and they're both a little tired. Now, if Cooper has anything left and he could just stop bouncing around, he might be able to take Ray Mercer apart.
Mercer resting now, no question.
And here comes Bert Cooper walking forward again. And you see Mercer almost fell off his feet just leaning forward.
Again, Ray, come on.
Now Cooper's trying to use those legs, but Ray Mercer just won't let him out of there.
Gil, watching this fight, we've talked a lot about the heavyweight division. It's got to be the best it's been in a lot of years when you see these two guys, and you know that they're not even in the top 10. Mercer's in the top 10 with the IBF. They're both headed that way for sure. It's really making this an exciting heavyweight scene.
If I managed the guy, he wouldn't be in with either one of these guys, Tim. He was a leading heavyweight, that's for sure.
Final seconds of round number 10. Yeah, there'll be some jaundiced views. Into the corner of Ray Mercer we go.
Turn upside down, Norman. All the way up. I can't get in the way. Okay, you walk. Just walk something. Squeeze it, squeeze it.
Corner. Right away. Chico Rivas, his trainer, trying to pump him up. Eddie Aliano working on that cut. And don't forget that following our boxing action here in Atlantic City, we'll be going to Memphis for the final round of the Federal Express St. Jude Classic. Tom Kite, the current leader, last report 15 under par, so they're shooting some birdies down in Memphis. That's coming up next. Round 11. This is scheduled for 12. The North American title held by Bert Cooper at stake. But again, as we have said, much more importantly, the fact that these are two world contending heavyweights, or about to be. And if this fight goes the way it has, you can still say that about both guys after it's over, Gil.
Absolutely, Tim. Both of these guys have showed me a tremendous amount. Both guys have taken tremendous punishment, and they can both punch. Very exciting heavyweights.
Cooper landed a right hand on that cheekbone of Mercer, but Mercer again shrugs it off and fires back.
And Tim, Mercer just fought at that jaw. It seems that might be bothering him. If Cooper would, instead of just walking straight in, would feint one time, Tim, he can catch Ray Mercer leaning in, because Ray's legs are not holding him that well right now. But Cooper just walks in there all the time.
Mercer with Cooper backed up with a good combination.
Tim, in the old days, the promoters would give fighters in a fight like this a bonus after the fight. They certainly deserve something. What do you think, Tim?
Well, yeah, I'd vote for that, but of course it's not our money.
And here's Mercer clowning. Big right hand, and Cooper just shrugs it off.
Left hook landed by Mercer, and a big right hand again. Mercer finding some room to throw them. Cooper just won't move out of there. But those are scoring punches for Ray Mercer. And we have a head in our scorecard, at least.
Cooper's legs are a little shaky right now, Tim. Took some tremendous punishment in that flurry by Ray Mercer.
A minute to go in round 11. Nice to see the casino showroom at Caesars filled with boxing fans today. These people who came to see this fight are very involved in it. They are fight fans. A lot of them for Mercer and a lot of them for Cooper.
Again, Cooper just hasn't been busy enough, Tim. Mercer wins the rounds by being more industrious, putting those punches together. I don't think that Cooper can win this fight now, Tim, unless he scores a knockout.
Final seconds of round 11. Right hand landed by Cooper. The combination, but Mercer just keeps firing. Another big right hand by Cooper. Ray Mercer can definitely take a punch. In the corner of Bert Cooper, who has shown he can take him too. Forget the knockdown in round 1. He bounced right back from that and has taken tons of punishment since.
Keep your hands up. Listen, sit over here.
These are the kind of matchups fight fans and television people hope they're going to get. They turn out to be such an evenly matched fight between two competitive guys, and we're seeing it. Here's Ray Mercer. Bruised and battered warrior, but he is ahead on our cards with a round to go. Also battered on the far side, at least over the left eye, Bert Cooper. Final round.
Tim in Mercer's corner, they said, just don't make any mistakes. So they feel that he's winning the fight. Same as we do, Tim. I just don't think he can lose now unless he gets knocked out. And that's taking nothing away from Bert Cooper. I thought he was fighting a tremendous fight.
Ray Mercer yet to face defeat as a professional. The amateurs had 85 victories against only 6 losses.
When Cooper's walking in, he's throwing a right-hand lead, John. I'd like to see him fake that right-hand throw, a hook from outside. About the best shot that he's got right now. Throw that left hook. He walks in and he allows Mercer to get off first. I just wonder in Cooper's corner if they told him, Tim, that he needed a knockout to win this fight.
Chico Rivas is trainer. Mercer managed by Mark Roberts and trained by Hank Johnson. Another combination by Mercer. Backed up Cooper, but that's all. Can't get this guy off his feet despite landing heavy blows.
Tim, and you see Mercer is very, very tired. But you know, that's the way a fighter should finish a fight. Give it everything you have. Don't save anything for tomorrow. And he's dancing around now, Tim.
Under a minute to go. An impressive show by the Olympic champion, Ray Mercer. Talking about two guys who got themselves into shape for this fight, that's for sure.
I'm sure that both gyms were confident that their guys were going to win, Tim, and why not? They both put up such a great performance.
Ray Mercer's going to leave here looking like Dizzy Gillespie when he's hitting a high note. The way that cheek is puffed up, but he is fighting confidently here and still throwing heavy leather. We can't say enough for Bert Cooper's efforts if it turns out to be in a losing cause. The guys in the top 10 aren't going to be looking to fight Bert Cooper.
You're right about that, Tim.
Look at Ray Mercer. Whoa, he nearly nailed the referee. Mercer was waving to the crowd and just missed. The referee, Lopez, when he threw a punch, Perez rather. We'll be back with the decision here in Atlantic City in a moment. And now from ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official scoring from Caesars Atlantic City. Vinny Ranoni scores the bout 119 to 108. Phil Newman has it 117 to 110. And Sid Rubenstein scores it 117 to 106 for the winner. He's still undefeated, still has 2 titles. Mercer.
Ray, we've only got a minute to talk to you, unfortunately, but it was a tremendous fight. Cooper had to be a lot tougher than you could possibly have imagined, and here he is congratulating you.
He was. Best fight I ever had, bro. All right. Hey, Princess.
I don't think Bert Cooper is going to be out of the heavyweight picture. Do you, Ray?
No, I don't think so.
But you're very much in it.
I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, well, you've got a sore jaw there to deal with for a while. You'll sleep well tonight. All right.
That Bert healed it.
Thank you, Ray. Congratulations to the Olympic champion, Ray Mercer. He's now 16-0 as a pro and the new NABF heavyweight champion. For Guilt